Hi everybody. So just come forward, there's somebody behind you. We're going to do the squat today, and the first thing, it's one of those exercises that you could most probably get hurt the most, and it's also one of the exercises that you can get the most gains out of. It's an exercise that most women fear and they don't even want to try it, and it's an exercise that most men do thinking it makes them look hot and strong and cool. Okay, so this is Rowan. It's a friend of mine and he's also a personal trainer. He's agreed to teach you guys how to squat correctly, and I am going to actually do everything wrong and he's going to show you how to do it right, and pointers that you have to look out for. So, okay, first thing, what is the first thing that everybody does wrong?
The first thing everyone does wrong is often to do with their grip. When you want to grab a hold of the bar, it's very important to bring in your grip as close as you can to keep your abs and keep your upper back as tight as you can. If your grip is too wide, you might find you're not going to have the same integrity in your core. So to bring in your grip as close as you can without having any pain in the wrists or the joints. Often some people bring it in too close, in which case they find they get tendonitis in the shoulders and elbows. So find a place where it's not going to be painful in the joints, but at least that you can stay tight in your upper back. Once you grip hold of the bar, you grab it tight, grab the bar as tight as you can before you get into the rack. That's the first step. So once you have the bar as tight as you can, once you grip it tight, that's when you can start focus on getting underneath the bar. Make sure your grip's even on the bar as well. So once you have your grip as tight as you can on the bar, then you get underneath the bar. Once you get underneath the bar, it's very important to get the bar nice and far back on the shoulder blades, because if it's too high, there's a high chance that when you're squatting, you'll fall forward. So you want to grip the bar tight and make sure you mount it on your shoulders pretty far back to the point where you feel nice and stable and your upper back's very tight. Again, at this point, you can strengthen your grip and focus on getting it really tight. Once you have the grip set, it's on your back in the right place, then you start focusing on setting your chin. By setting your chin, by sticking your chin up and pressing your traps, your neck against the bar, that's going to stabilize the upper back and keep everything as tight as you possibly can. The tighter the foundation, the more less likely you're going to fall forward and hurt yourself. So once your grip's set, once it's on your back as tight as it can be, you mount your chin up, so you stick your chin up. Although your chin's going to be nice and high, you still want to keep your eye on yourself to focus on form. Once your grip's tight, your chin's up, your upper body is now set. So now your upper body is ready to lift. I also just want to make sure that you guys know out there that as far as your squat, you make sure it's a full body exercise, being that your whole upper body is engaged just as much as the low body. So it's very important to make sure everything's set up. So elbows are tight, chin's up, watching yourself in the mirror. Now from here, it's not about squatting up the bar out of the rack. I want you to basically bring the bar out like this. So arch the bar out of the rack from here. So if you're holding the bar here, you're arching the bar out. You're not squatting the bar out. You're not stepping up like this. You're keeping your chin up and you're arching it out. You take a step back and do a stance where just outside shoulder width, like an athletic stance. Toes are pointed out, gripping the bar tight. And from here, keeping the chin up, keeping the form you set up originally. So you're going to sit back, down, 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 hit just row parallel, drive up, and drive the butt forward. From here, keeping the chin up, you sit back, and back up. And then you rack the bar.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Okay, so I just went over all the basic technique to set up your upper body. Now we're going to go over the low body. Often it's very common tendency, a back squat, the muscles that are going to be working, the major muscles, basically the motor of the exercise is your hamstrings, your butt, and your low back, your glutes and your low back. Whereas often people fall forward and they hurt their knees, they put a lot of strain on their knees because of the mechanics, because of the way they move. So I'm going to show you how your body should be moving in the position. Often if you find yourself falling forward, it might have to do with a lack of flexibility. So if you can't sit upright while sitting back, you should have your flexibility assessed and work on going to some yoga classes, flexibility to help that out. So have a look at the way my hips are shifting so you can look at how the weight's distributed over my body. So this is how you're going to sit back properly. So once you've set up your form, you grip the bar tight again. We'll go over it again. We're underneath the bar. My chin's up, my chest's out, grip's tight, arch the bar out. I walk back. This is a common problem where knees bend first. This is wrong. What you want to do in this position is sit back, load the butt and hamstrings, and back up.
The squat rack's in the way. Can you move back? The rack is in the way. I can't see you. Can you move back? I can't see your knees or your bum.
So from here, this is wrong. This is wrong. Sitting back. That's right. So again, wrong. This is right. Right now, Miranda's grabbing the bar. By looking at her grip, I think she can go in a little closer, provided that her flexibility is there. She's holding onto the bar. Now she has to focus on gripping the bar tighter. Okay, so now she's at her grip set, her forearm looks tighter. Bring it in. Now get underneath the bar. Now by looking at this, her bar is not further back on the shoulders. It needs to come back further on the shoulders, like that. Now, with the bar, it'll rotate, so I want her to rotate her wrists. So bring the bar, rotate the bar over, nope, the other direction to make sure the wrists and the forearm are nice and flat. When the wrists and the forearm are nice and flat, it'll be easier on the joints. The bar is further back on the shoulders, that's perfect. Now looking at her neck, her posture's poor. She needs to set her chin higher to make sure she's got tightness through her upper back through here. If her chin's falling forward, she's naturally going to fall forward during the squat. So holding onto the bar with her wrists nice and flat there, and her upper back tight with her chin up, now her upper back is set. Okay, now at this point what I need her to focus on doing is bringing the bar out, not squatting the bar up like that. She needs to arch the bar out. So bring the bar back down. Now focus on keeping the chin up and leading with the chest up. So drive your chest to the ceiling as you bring the bar out of the rack. Perfect. Now at this point, start walking back with the bar. Now she's in the perfect position to begin squatting. Her chin's up, her chest is out. There, she's just bending at the knee, which is wrong. What's going to happen is she's going to fall forward and she's going to hurt her knees. So before that, she needs to lead with her hips. So she needs to sit back with her butt. So we're going to sit back, there you go, and start to bend and back up. Perfect. And back. Now, as she becomes more familiarized with the movement, it's going to be less choppy and her hips should bend. And as soon as her hips are going back, her knees will bend with her. So this time she'll do it a little bit more fluently. There you go. Bring it up. And again. Excellent. And again. Now, careful to go, if you go too low, what will happen is your hips will roll under, which can be pretty hard on your pelvis. So make sure you're only going down as far as you can, maintaining integrity in your upper body. Now, what happened just there is she dropped down too far, and it's going to be really painful if you look at her wrists. They're bent over and a lot of tension on her knees. So bring it in, rack the bar. Okay, she's going to try it again. As she sits back, she goes a little too low there. Alright, now go down, pause, and back up. There's a lot more control. And again. Excellent. Bring it in.
Beginner level, okay, doing leg lifts, you can just hang and raise your knees, just like so. Okay, when you get into intermediate levels, you're going to straighten your legs. So, now I'm going to make it a little bit more difficult. You're going to do this. I haven't taken my shirt off for you, so you haven't greeted me yet.
You're on tape right now. I'm careful what you say.
That's windshield wiper. Okay, there you go. That's when you make it a little bit more difficult. I can't do that yet. When you start making full circles, that's way advanced level. Honey's got good abs. Okay. Thank you.